There we go. So if anyone out there wants to watch me live, I'm going to be here. And what I'm going to be doing is I am recording this on YouTube and I'm going to be doing it live on Facebook. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be talking about the upcoming energy of 2023, what to expect, what's going on, and I'm going to dive in a little deep on some of this stuff. So I'm hoping you're going to be interested to see what's happening for the year 2023. So what I've found is that it's a little difficult to do each month. It takes a lot of extra time. So what I decided to do this year to make it a little bit different is I am going to be taking and doing every quarter. So instead of the month, we're going to do the quarter and talk about the quarters, and then we're going to also talk about the year as a whole. So, and if I'm looking a little odd here, I'm looking at one camera, looking at the other camera. So I really want to dive into 2023, what it's all about, what we've got coming up. And I'm looking forward to sharing because for me, for those who know me, I am not a sugarcoater. I want to get the information out there and be as open and honest as I can about what's coming up. And I've got to be honest now, some of the things are going to be a little bit dicey. Other things are going to be feeling okay. So be ready for that. So what I would like to do now is I am going to go into the first quarter of 2023. And this is like a general overview on the energy itself and what it has to bring. So I did draw 4 cards for these, and this is coming from the Sacred Forrest Oracle card deck, which is coming from, this is Denise Linn. And this is a great deck, which I just got not that long ago, actually this year. I think most of the decks I'm using, actually all of the decks I will be using today, I got this year in 2022. And this is being recorded on the last day of 2022. So the card this is for January, February, and March. This is coming up and is from the Raven Spirit. And so this is all about truth. So this is, and I'm going to hold this here and I'm going to try to get it closer to this one. So this is all about truth and truth of everything coming out. So what this is understanding we are looking for the truth. We are searching for the truth, and they're drawing to. So for those of you who don't know me very well, I do work with the team on the other side in the non-physical. They give me information, tell me about things I need to bring up, and they are talking to me right now about the Raven, letting you know that there are messages coming through, messages that will be coming through for us, like inklings, little messages being listened for the small messages out there, because the small messengers bring big news is what I'm hearing. So this is this is all about the small messengers bringing big news for the 2023, and this is January, February, and March. This is all about aspects that have been hidden, and they're showing me here, they're bringing me back to this card and showing me, see all the haze behind, like it's been in a fog, and some of those aspects are going to be brought out into the first part of the new year. And they're also saying that this is a time to, she's standing here very calmly, and that's one thing they're telling me, is this is all about staying calm, knowing that as you go forward, it's all about being in your own presence. So they're showing me here, like she is very calm and stable in her own presence. This is knowing that going forward, you are going to remain, it is good, it's a really good idea to remain calm going forward, especially in the beginning part of the year, because there is going to be a lot of ups and downs. And I'm going to let you know that right now. There is going to be a lot of ups and downs in 2023. And I'm hopefully I'm trying to do 2 things at once. So I'm hoping that works. Now I just did something. Hold on, bear with me as I figure this out. Okay. So I'm hoping that worked. So what this is this is all about remaining calm in the upcoming year. This is very, very important to remain calm in the upcoming year, to remain stable within yourself. And this is all about grounding. That's one of the big things I hear about this coming year is this is all about grounding yourself, being confident in yourself, and not worrying about where anyone else is in this world or what's really going on in the world. This is all about us, all about stability. And this is huge stability. As we move into, and I'm going to do an overview on the whole year after this, April, May, and June, I am bringing that from the Divine Animals Oracle, and this is by Stacey Demarco. So the card that came out, and this is April, May, and June. I said this year is going to be a lot of ups and downs. The card coming out is the Wolverine, which is all about fierceness. So I'm trying to show it to both cameras here. This is all about fierceness and knowing that you need to be able to step within yourself and really look at what matters to you going forward. 2023 is really about us tapping within ourselves and going, you know, what really matters, what extremely matters to me, what is the most important thing for me going forward, because that is exactly where we all need to be. What matters to you? What do you want out of life? What do you want for the world? What do you want to see for children, the next generation? This is really about, they're coming in pretty strong here. This is really about you settling and deciding what's best for me, what's best for the world, and being very, they're just saying to like grab hold of what you want and what you expect for yourself and the world going forward, and being willing to, I'm almost hearing the word defend it. So it's like they're saying that this is your time to really decide what matters to you and being willing to stand up for what matters for you going forward. Like I said, this is a different sort of year coming up. And they're also bringing up with this card, excuse me, that there is a lot of turmoil happening. As you see here, there's this light going everywhere. It looks like there's fire, there's sparks, there's everything going on. I do feel there in this part of this is for April, May, and June, there's going to be a lot of turmoil, and it's feeling like, and they're telling me right now, this is not just turmoil for here. So for those of you, some of those of you watching, I am in the United States. This is not just for the United States. This is turmoil in the world on a global scale. And with this is, and they're just, I'm going to bring into some of the stuff for the year because they're telling me this is everything. This is like everything imploding. I'm not a sugarcoater. I'm letting you know that this is like everything starting to implode, everything working its way down. And this is going to be, this is going to be about socioeconomics. This is everything in the world. There is a big shakeup coming with that. Be prepared for that. And as you notice right here, they're bringing me to this card. They're saying there's going to be a big shakeup. There's going to be a lot going on, but they want you to know that this is the time to sit and know that you are okay where you're at and you have everything available to you. So they want you to know that you have all the tools available to you to move yourself through the turmoil without getting scathed. They want you to know that because they're bringing me to this is that shield holding up there, and the bear. And for some of those that have like the Native American, some of the aspects are, the bear is everything that's there to protect you. Sometimes it's called the grandfather bear, and it's there. And it's also, they're bringing this, okay, so I don't sort all this out. So they're telling me this stuff. There's also something, they're telling me the bear also represents Russia. I believe that's correct. There's also something coming up with Russia and the bear to be prepared to seeing things coming forward. Like I said, this is not just a reading for the US, this is a reading for the world in general. And they're saying that a show of force may be there, but they're also showing to me, they show me pictures in my head, they're showing me like the bear coming out, showing force, but not actually biting in. It's kind of like when the mother bear protects their cubs, how sometimes they just come out and show force and then back up. That's what I'm seeing with this. So understand that there's going to be a lot of shows of force around the world coming up in this coming year. But I also feel that there's people that are afraid it's going to go like, the world's going to blow up, we're going to have nuclear things. I don't feel that. I'll tell you that right now. Do I feel there's going to be a show of force in a lot of areas around the world? Absolutely. Do I feel that force is going to be going into something where we are all going to be blown off the planet? No, I don't feel that. I feel it's going to be shows of force, but for you to be aware of it. And they're saying, so they're showing like here on this person on the bear is not fearful at all. And they want you to not be fearful with what you see coming up in the following year, because there is going to be a lot coming up, a lot being brought out to the surface, and a lot of shows of force is what I'm hearing. They're also saying that you have everything you need to work your way through it, and you will be just fine. As you see this on this person on this bear, completely fine, nothing to worry about, but you need to know it is coming. And then in July, August, and September, I picked the card deck Whispers of the Ocean. And this is a new deck also, and this is by Angela Hartfield. Oh, same as my name. I like that. So brand new card deck here, and this is for July, August, and September. I just keep hearing, take a breath as we're working ourselves through this. You're going to be needing to take a breath. You're going to be needing to calm yourself and center yourself. So the card that came up, and this is for July, August, and September. This is a very good card, especially coming from here. It's letting you know and they're telling me, my team on the other side is telling me, as you become confident in your own abilities, in your own tools you carry and the tools you can tap into, as you become confident in that, you're leaving behind the fear and you're dancing in the rainbow. So this is an awesome card because I'm going to read what it says. It says, break free from whatever you feel is holding you back. Express happiness. Find out what you truly desire. So this is all about what you desire, what you want to see. And they're bringing me in. When you figure out what matters to you, what really matters, and how you want to see the world, that's when you can sit back and go, you know what? I'm throwing those intentions out there. I'm putting everything out there to the world. I'm going to do this in a way that's going to serve me and serve the people around me. And they keep bringing up, so they're consistently talking to me, and they keep bringing up that this is really all about what you see, not only for yourself in the world we're in right now at this moment and at that moment in this upcoming year. It's also what you want to see for everyone going forward. They're showing here, what do you want to see your world as? And here they're showing the dolphin. And to me, this is signifying, I want the world to be fun. I want to enjoy life. I want to have fun. I want to have the ability to have fun and enjoy the life I'm creating. And also they're showing with the rainbows, it's recognizing the energy around you and exactly what you're creating. So this is all about understanding we are so connected to the energy around us. That energy, we can tap into all of it, and we're actually adding our energy to it. And this is understanding, what do you want to add? What type of energy do you want to add? And for me, my intention going forward is a world that is supportive of not only us, but the people around us. Not only just us, but our children, our children's children, and people around the world. Being supportive, having people support you. So for those of you who have been to some of my expos and speaking engagements, I have talked about our role in how we can amplify our energy to create the world we really want to see. And this is all about knowing, do you want to see a world where people are supportive of you, who want to see you succeed and are truly happy for you and your success? Because that's something very different. Because let's be honest, the energy right now is getting better, but there's still a lot of the energy out there where it's all about, if you have something better than someone, someone's jealous of it, someone wants to try to take you down. Someone may talk nice in front of you, but then tear you down behind your back. That is changing. And I am putting the intention out there for a world where we are truly supportive of each other as we continue to go forward. This is something I am very hopeful for, and I know it's coming. And I know so many people are starting to put those intentions out there, wanting to see their world differently, wanting to see, and for me, it's all about, I don't care what your color, if you're red, white, pink with purple polka dots. I don't care. I don't care who you like, if it's male, female, I don't care. I care about, are you a person who is going to support other people in this lifetime? That's all I care about. That's all we really should care about. And it's realizing that as we do that, they're bringing me back to this. Okay. They're bringing me back to this card. They're saying, as you do that, as you see the world how you want it to be seen, realize that that means you might have to make some very hard decisions on letting some people in your life go, letting people that may have been in your life a long time. And it's also situations in your life. So, a lot of people talk about the changes coming forward. One of the things they forget or don't maybe talk about, changes are great. But in order to change, you have to let something go. And they're saying on here, this may be difficult for some people because we are going to be letting relationships go. These may be relationships we've had for a long time. This may be family relationships, friend relationships, work relationships. It may be actual relationships and community. It might be a marriage. It might be a relationship where you've been together a long time. As this energy changes and as we start to see things differently going forward, we are going to be losing people in your life. And honestly, I'm going to be honest, sometimes people are going to choose to check out of this and to be open and to be ready for that, to understand not everybody wants to make these changes. And they're going to bring me into some other stuff. So I'm just going to roll with it. Victimhood. If you feel you're the victim of something, this is the year to let that go. We all played a role in what happens to us. We all play a role energetically, and to understand that we have played a role in that and to acknowledge that, it doesn't mean that we let the other person off the hook. It does mean that we're not a victim in it. We maybe weren't in the spot to move past the relationship when it had run its course and we stayed longer than we should. Or we maybe didn't stand up for ourselves when we needed to stand up for ourselves. And now we are. Because when we don't stand up for ourselves, a lot of times we feel we're the victim of something. Oh, these people are making me feel bad. Okay, they're taking me into a whole nother rail. So roll with me. This is understanding relationships are changing at a core level as we are all shifting with this new energy of 2023. This energy has been coming, and people, hence the chaos that came on years before, is coming to help us move into a place that has served us better, served all of us better. They're also bringing up one more thing. This is different than I anticipated today. They're also letting you know that your animals, maybe your pets that you have, may be having times where they don't act the same way. You might see behavior in those pets, in your animals, that you didn't see before, unexpected behavior, out of their character. They want you to know that they are shifting at an energetic level also. This is not just us. This is not just about us humans. This is about everything out there, whether it's animals or people. We are all shifting. But they want you to know, keep your eye on, they keep saying, keep your eye on the prize. Know that we are shifting into something so much better than what we have now. So much better. And for those of you who know me, have talked to me before, I have been so stinking excited with all the changes that have happened in the last couple of years. And I am super excited for the changes coming up in the coming year and years ahead. So this is going to be exciting. We're making new traction. We're making a new path. And it's going to be, it can be as fun as you make it, or as disheartening as you make it. You make the choice if you're willing to step into that new energy to create the world we really want. It's up to you. And in October, November, December, I have the card deck Women of the Earth, and this is very shiny, so I'm going to try to get it to show. So this is from the card deck Women of the Earth, and I'm going to go up to this one. And this is by Randi, Hoyt. And the card for October, November, December that came out is this beautiful painting by Randi, Hoyt. And this is called Hill. I'm showing it to both cameras, so bear with me. This says transitions, childhood joy, obstacles. Look to your childhood for some inspiration. So we've been talking about children. We've been talking about the next generation. And this is for us to really go back and really do some soul searching. How would we like to see the world? Going back to when you were a child, how would you want to see this world going forward for the children now and the children going forward? How would you like to see the world? And this is really soul searching. This is really going, as it says, up the hill, because we are investigating. We are really diving in deep. This whole year, they're just telling me this whole year is about diving in super deep on what you want to see in the world coming up. This is so important. I want to get this one up a little bit closer so people can see. My head won't be showing up there. So this is all about us. What do we want to see? Oh, and they're bringing me to this. This is all about the nature, the grounding, knowing when you're feeling overwhelmed, when you're feeling like you're pushing too much, or there's just so much going on in the world. They want you to take the time to step outside, go sit in nature. And for me, and sometimes it's cold, and some of you might be in places where it's really hot. When you have those times, you can accomplish the same thing by just stepping into yourself, visualizing yourself outside, enjoying nature. Feel yourself sitting in a chair, sitting on the ground, sitting on the beach, wherever is more comfortable for you. Visualize yourself there. Feel the sun on your face. Feel the breeze blow across you. Hear the birds. Smell, there's someone here they want, smell the ocean. This is all about you being able to ground, because you are going to need it this year. This is all about we are gonna, and that's why they had this one last, to let you know, we are going to need to ground the whole year through. The whole year, we are gonna need grounding. We are gonna be challenged. They're bringing me back to this card. We are going to be challenged this year on so many levels. And they want us to know that we are going to be just fine going through it, just fine. But we are going to be challenged, and you are going to need the grounding immensely, and to keep your vision on what you want to see the world, how you want to see it, because that is going to be so, so important going forward. We are creating a new world. And for those of you, I'm going to go in a little bit deeper now on some of the things worldwide that we may be experiencing this year. So this was kind of an overview on the months, but now I'm going to go in a little deeper. And I am not a sugarcoater, as most of you know. This next year, grounding is important because we are going up a hill, understanding what we need. And on this, they keep drawing me to this picture to let you know that even when you're feeling you can't get there, you are completely surrounded and held by those on the other side. They are here helping us. They are here helping us make this movement forward. So what are some big things in the world we're going to be seeing this coming year? Oh, well, a few of you have seen a few things going with the economy, and you have seen a few things going with inflation. I'm going to let you know right now, be prepared for more. Be prepared for that. I just keep hearing slippery slope going forward, because they're going like they're going like this card, like the dolphins go in and out of the water. That's kind of what our whole year is going to be, in and out of the water, going up, going down, going up, going down. Expect pretty big swings in the financial market, to be swinging back and forth in the financial market. You're going to see this, and I want you to know, okay, they're bringing up the dolphin. There may, and this one, they're bringing me back to this one. There may be times you're going to see a lot of tumultuous things in the stock market, in the market as a whole. I'm going to let you know, this is dealing with housing. This is dealing with vehicles. This is dealing with anything that we purchase and buy is going to be taking some big ups and downs, some big slumps up and down. But they want you to know that out of that can be something beautiful. They want you to know that those ups and downs are going to help us get to where we want to be. And they're saying that as we do that, to make sure you stay grounded and keep your vision out there. So one of the things is, there's going to be times where people, I'm going to be honest, sometimes there's going to be a loss of monetary loss out there in the world as a whole, with markets, with things like that. But what that means is, if you're paying attention, which people on here who are watching are, if you're paying attention, there are ways for you to find your happiness, to make money at this time. So when things go down, if you buy on the down market, you have a really big upswing coming your way. So there's one thing that I always look at people. So for those of you who were here in 2008, when we had a pretty big recession going on, people kind of got upset, like I was losing money in the market. But if you are, say you have 401ks, things like that, we're going to talk finances. If you have any of those things like that, remember, if you're continually contributing to those, you are actually purchasing that market on sale. You're buying it on sale. So they're saying, think of your attitude, how you're looking at, am I gaining? So that's a way to look at, I'm gaining. And this is also a time to take the time, maybe study a few things, look at stocks or items. And I'm not a financial person, but to look at items and things, it might be vehicles, might be land, might be houses, to look at those things, to purchase those things as the market drops. Because as you do that, you will gain when it hits the upswing. But I'm going to let you know right now, the upswing is not going to be in 6 months or a year. This is going to be a longer road to get to the upswing. And they're just kind of showing me this, and they're bringing me to the hill. They're showing that this is going to be a longer road going up that hill to where you're going to be gaining the bigger amounts, but it is going to be there if you're willing to hang on. If you have something to invest, this is going to be the time to do it. They also want you to know that in the world markets, the markets as a whole, okay, so they're bringing me to another whole area. In the markets as a whole, with the people in power on other countries, they're saying to watch. Okay, they're just telling me watch the dominoes fall. So be aware that world leaders in other countries are going to be shifting and changing during this time frame. Not all this year. They want you to know it's not all necessarily in this year. They're also giving me a time frame of here and up, 2 to 5 years out. They're letting you know there's going to be a lot of shifts in world leaders, and this is going to be world leaders that are going to be okay. They're bringing me back to this. These are going to be world leaders who are more inclined to bring the world as a whole into how we would all like to see it. And they also want you to know that all of us together are creating that world. So when we look at world leaders, we're thinking we have no power. They have all the power. My team, and they're coming in pretty strong, and they're saying, but you have all the power, and the power is here. The power is us. It's our own energy that we are holding on to, our own energy that we hold within us, and our own energy that we are connected to the other side. So that's something key, and that's the reason we can change the world. But we need to understand the turmoil that's in it. So one of the things I like to tell people is this world changing, I look at it as the secrets that were held in families. So if we look at people in families where families had drug abuse, alcohol abuse, sexual abuse, like I said, I'm not a sugarcoater, any of those families that had people in their families that were one of those things or all of those things in some cases, or narcissistic and emotional abuse, things like that, physical abuse. When there's families that have people in them, a lot of times the people around them, the family themselves, would always go, shh. And it was not to be spoken of. It was not to be brought out. People were not to discuss it. It was like, oh, don't talk about that. Don't talk about that. Let's keep it in the closet. Let's not let anybody know. That is exactly what got us to where we are right now with the world, with there's so many everywhere. This is the time to look. Well, they're bringing me back to look at what's going on. And they're saying to take off the sugar-coated glasses, to take off those rose-colored glasses. Look at the world and look at what's out there. There is a lot of abuse. There is a lot of different things going on in the world on all different levels. The only way to make a shift for this world and for us to bring it out in the open. Let's look at it. Let's see what it is, and let's talk about it. This is all about talking about what is going on in the world, talking about what's going on around us. If someone's abusive, if someone's not playing nice, it's bringing it out into the open, because then it can be recognized. When everybody can see the signs, that cannot be hidden anymore. That's so key. That is so key. This is the time. And they're bringing me to this. Light the fire, light it up, and let's see what's underneath the surface. because what's underneath the surface, once it's lit up, can never be hidden again, because we're all going to recognize it. And that's where the true change comes from. That's where the shift comes from. And knowing that every time you rip that Band-Aid off, don't worry about it. Because every time we do that, look at the beauty we're creating. Look at the beauty we are bringing through. Oh, the sound went out. I don't know how to do the sound back in. Hopefully you can hear it. I'm going to try to turn this up. Hopefully that works. Can you hear me now? I'm hoping. Just let me know if you can hear me now. What this is all about, this is all about uncovering, and they're bringing me, I really like this card. Awesome, thank you. This is all about bringing everything out into the open, to examine it, to look at it, and they're going, oh, they're saying this is the time to look at it and decide what do you want. They're coming in strong. What do you want in the world going forward? Do you want to continue the turmoil? Or do you want to see the beauty and the joy that can really be there by seeing things for what they are? And they're bringing back to Randi's card, which is ground yourself, because you're going to see things this year. You're going to hear things out in the world that are going to feel like the rug was pulled out from under you. Like I said, I'm not a sugarcoater. I also didn't expect them to do this. They are letting you know, be prepared emotionally to look at things with eyes wide open. And when you do that, take time. When sometimes you see the ugliness that's been hiding under the surface, take time to go back within, to ground yourself, to give yourself some stability. Because when you give yourself the stability, then you can go forward and see what else there is and keep putting those intentions out there of how you want to see the world. So I'm going to let people know there's been times they have shown me things, and I've got to say, they set me back. I had to ask them to just give me a little bit of time to process what they showed me. Because it rocked my world. I did not expect to do this today. It rocked my world, seeing what was underneath the surface. It rocked my world. I'm gonna take a second here. They showed me things that were happening in the world because I asked them to show me. I said, I know there's a lot of things going on. I know there's a lot of abuse going on. This really has a lot to deal with protecting the children in our world. The ones that are here now and the ones that will be coming. The more we protect those children, the more I'm going to be honest, in some areas and some people, they look at children as a commodity and as meat. That's just what it is. I'm just being truthful. I was shown a lot of that by them because I asked them to show me what was really going on. The more we uncover and the more we are open to hearing the truth, the more we're willing to listen and hear it and go, I understand now. But because I understand, because I know, It can't be hidden like it was. It's coming out into the open. So this is the time to understand we are making a huge shift in this world. As things come out, you are going to need the ground. So, oh, wow. So, Randi, I see you on here. For those of you, Randi Hoyt has beautiful artwork. It has so much grounding and energy within it. Find something in your life that has that energy of grounding, because it is going to be needed coming up. The good thing about all of this is the more you look at what's under the surface, and the more you ground yourself, the more you will see the joy in what's needed, because we are bringing ourselves into an earth, into a world full of beauty. Full of beauty. And that's something all of us need to realize. I keep hearing, keep your eye on the prize. The prize is all of us creating the world we want. And this next year is going to be challenging. Yeah. I did not expect this. This next year is going to be challenging for us all. Like I said, I have seen stuff already. They've shown me. A lot of you are going to start seeing that. Be prepared for it. But know the more you see it, the more you understand it, the more the shift can happen. And the other thing that's so cool is all of us are taking our energy, all of us who are visualizing that new world, that supportive world, all of us who are looking at that. If you just for a moment, if you take even a couple moments each day, and I mean seconds a day, to feel, to step in and go, I feel this new world. I feel the support of everyone in it. I feel the love. And they're bringing me back to something. This is all about understanding and feeling love at such a deep level. Going forward, a lot of times people are always, hide your feelings, put it down. I say, feel your heart. Feel what's in your heart. Because that's what matters. And when you feel it in your heart, you can share it with the world. Because that's another thing that has happened. So many of us have been told to shut your heart down, to not feel. And this is something I'm just going to bring up right now. So many times men have been told to shut their feelings down, to not feel, to not show their feelings, to not cry. I feel bad because so many of them are told that. And how many of us have came from families where they're telling you, don't show your feelings, don't say anything, be quiet. But we've never let our heart shine. And I'm letting you know now, our hearts are meant to shine going forward. And the more you shine your heart, the more you show your feelings to people. That's a shift in the world. Because there's so many times I myself have been guilty of it, where it's like, oh, I want to give someone a hug, or I want to tell them I love them, or how much they really matter. And it's coming, and I'm like, do I do that? Will I freak them out? What if they take it the wrong way? And now I've come to the conclusion that, what? It doesn't matter. I'm going to do it anyhow. Life is too short. And the other thing they're bringing up, they want everybody to know, a lot of times we think everybody else has to make the shift. We can't do it. We don't have any power over it. We have all the power. All the power is within us. And that's exactly what's going forward. The more of us that tap into ourselves and tap into all the energy on the other side, the more that light shines. Because anybody on here, I'm guessing a lot of you have had people come up to you and out of the blue just come up and talk to you and tell you their story. And some of them, it's pretty tough stories. That's because your light's shining. Any of you who have had that happen to you, your light is shining. That's your really good indication. You're already shining. You already know it. Now use it. Use it to your advantage. Think about what you want to see the world. And know that every time when people come up to you, they don't need you to do anything except listen. That's all you need to do. And you can just be there, and they naturally feel your energy. So when you're out in the public, when you're doing things, just say, my energy is there. I hope people tap into it. But this is the key. As you're doing that, know that you don't have to take your personal energy, your personal batteries. You can ask all those on the other side to send their energy through you and out to everyone around you, to spread that energy, that good feeling energy, that supportive energy out to everyone around you, and ask them to recharge you as you're doing it. Because as you do that, you are going to recharge yourself. And instead of walking in the stores or walking out and going to a party and feeling drained, when you start using this method, those on the other side are clapping and cheering. When you start using this method, you refuel yourself like you've got a fast charge battery and you've got it clicked in. And when you leave the store, when you leave the party, you're going to feel on cloud 9. You're going to feel so good. So if you're at somewhere and you start feeling like you're taking it on, no, it's not yours to take. Send the energy through you, send it out to people, have them recharge you. And that's how we change the world. If you're not feeling good when you leave a party, you took on what was not yours to take. Instead, you should be leaving that party energized. You should be leaving that store energized. And when you do, you know you've just tapped into some of the energy that's available to us all. So spread it to the world. So as we continue to go forward in this year, keep spreading that energy and keep tapping into them. Keep grounding. Like I said, excuse me, the economy, it's going to take a digger and it's going to take a nosedive. Be prepared for that. And honestly, there's things you can do. So kind of think about things you can do to help yourself to be ready for an economy that might tank pretty badly. And if you were here in 2008 or know anything about it, I'm going to be honest, I feel this one's going further. It's going to go deeper than 2008. 2008 was more housing. There was other things. There was jobs. We always had a good supply of food. I don't know if we're going to have, the supply is going to be there. It's going to be expensive. So be ready for that. So this is going to be a change. World leadership is going to be changing. Things are going to be exposed on all levels, And they're just bringing up, be prepared for people that may have been your idols. Be prepared. And they're talking about the people you see in the news, in the media, on TV, in the movies, whatever. Some of these people that may have been your idols, be prepared for what may be coming out about them on a deeper level. I always look at, I don't put anybody on a pedestal. Nobody should ever be putting anybody on a pedestal. Everybody has things to learn. Everybody has things to do. Nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. And we're all learning. And understand when people make mistakes, because you're going to see people make some pretty big mistakes and things that have been going on for a long time. When that happens, understand there's a lot of times financial aspects making these not making the mistakes happen, but being a catalyst for going and doing what people did. So like I said, there's going to be a lot of things coming out about people we know, high profile people. You're going to be seeing things about them. Know that a lot of times there's money has been a catalyst in what was done with these people and what they have done. So be aware of what's coming up financially. It's going to be a roller coaster, and they're bringing up the hills. We're going to have ups and downs. Be calm, be staying in the storm, staying in the middle of the storm. It's like when you watch a storm come in, you see it, but you're not scared. You're just, it just like, wow, what's going to happen next? What's going to happen next? Have the excitement of what's going to happen next, knowing we're shifting the world where it needs to be. So financially, a mess. But if you're in the market to buy things on sale, beautiful time to look at it. So be prepared to buy things on sale, vehicles, land, houses, stocks. Be prepared to run into that market. And big equipment. They're bringing up big equipment. Okay. So if someone out there is looking to buy big equipment, wait a little bit and the prices are going to be going down on that. And you're going to find some really good deals on big equipment. So, well, have fun with that. So this is all about knowing you are in control every step of the way. All of us are. And it's going to be a fun ride. We're going to be exposing things that are going to be hard for you, but it's all going to be for the good. It's all going to be for the world we want to see. Is it happening overnight? Absolutely not. This is going to take some time. But for those of us, me included, I'm in it for the long haul. I'm ready to go. I'm ready for the changes. And I'm also ready to be here for the support when it gets a little difficult for people. And that's something I'm looking at as things progress through the year, to adding ways to help support people. So watch for those new ways of doing it. I'm going to be coming up different ideas I'm coming up with. So keep an eye on what they're going to be, helping people to move through this in the best way possible. I also want to have avenues where we can talk openly on groups. And for some of you, I'm on Zoom, some I'm on there, but talking openly in some groups about things that are happening and working through it so that we're not full of fear. And that's the other thing. Fear is meant to hold us down. If there's anything out there that deals in fear, no, it's meant to control you. I'm just being honest. If something is fearful and keeps throwing it down at you, keeps coming at you, you should be scared of this, you should be scared of this, you should be scared of this. This is going to make you sad. If you hear that all the time, that's your indication. If they're telling you to be scared, you shouldn't be. That's when you step into yourself and know that nothing to be afraid of. So this is standing in your own power, a lot of it this year. And it is grounding, standing in your power. And if there's questions by anybody, please let me know. I'm kind of watching some of the feeds coming through. If you have questions about this 2023 year, let me know. Oh, and they're bringing me up something here. They just go, wait. 2023 is a 7-year. So a 7-year is all about knowing that we have the power within us, but we're not doing it alone. I wanted to say a shout out to Taylor, Randi, and Virginia. Hello to everyone. Thanks for joining me. And I'm kind of watching the other feeds as they're going. And I wanted to say, this is the 7-year. We're not doing this alone. We are not doing it alone. We have all the help on the other side. This is sitting in silence, sitting in meditation, And and I'm going to let people know, meditation, I think, is sometimes how it's brought out is maybe a little overrated. If you're just so into a song and enjoying a song and just forgetting about everything else, you're in meditation. If you're enjoying everything in life and you're just enjoying a beautiful sunset or listening to the water on the beach, you're in meditation. Meditation is releasing everything that's going like, I need to do this and I got to do laundry and I got this to do and I got to go to the store. It's releasing that. I like to use the analogy, if you really love fresh bread and you smell it, you can almost you smell it coming out of the oven, you know it's almost ready, and you're smelling it, you're taking it out, and the whole kitchen smells good, and then you're cutting it open and seeing that steam and putting some fresh butter on it and taking that first bite. All of you just meditated. You forgot about everything else except for the bread. So that's as easy and as simple as it can be. Tap into those fun spots. And this is all about keeping the fun in your life. Everybody should look at when things are heavy, when there's a lot going on in the world, when you're seeing the truth of what's out there. This is knowing to step into yourself and go, what makes me happy? And they're bringing me to the woman on here. She is happy and calm with that raven on her hand. What makes you happy? And look at it every day. You should be, what are your goals? If people talk about goals for 2023, I want to be happy every day. I want to find something that's going to make me happy every day. And for those of you on here, if you look behind right there, oh, my fingers don't work so good in here. I've got two cameras. So Randi Hoyt painted that picture behind me. I love it behind me. I love it being in the room. I love the energy from it. So every time I walk back here, that makes me happy. Every time I walk outside and I can breathe in the fresh air, that makes me happy. Every time I can see a sunrise or a sunset, that makes me happy. And for some of you, they're bringing up one thing. For some of you, you have a hard time sleeping. If you have a hard time sleeping and you wake up in the middle of the night, go enjoy the stars. They're beautiful. The stars are absolutely beautiful at night. Instead of looking at like, I can't sleep and I have nothing going on, instead go, wow, I get to take this moment and watch the stars. I get to see what's out there. I get to see the universe at its best. And they also want me to know, okay, they're bringing me into something else. They're letting me know that going forward, the communication with other realms that are out in the universe is going to grow. For me, it's so exciting because I have been able to start tapping into some of these other realms that are out there. And they're the ones I've been working with are beautiful and full of love. And I just feel the compassion coming from them for us. But this is also about intention. Just like there's people in the world that stir things up, and there's people in the world that are happy and fun, and there's some things that are just calming and grounding. Put the intention on who and what energies you want to work with. My intentions all the time are, I work in love and white light. I only work with those that are going to help me and the people in front of me. I will work with nothing less. When you have those intentions, that's exactly who you're going to be working with. So I like to say, if you have neighbors, there's some neighbors you love to talk to, you love to be with, and other neighbors where you kind of lock the door and want to like, I don't want to talk to them at all, or I don't want anything to do with them. It's the same with all the energies in other worlds, with all the other consciousness, I can't even say it, consciousnesses. It's the same with them. You're gonna have some where like, "Oh, I love these people. They're awesome." And other ones like, yeah, no, don't wanna deal with them." Put your intentions of who you're gonna be working with, because these beings are gonna be making themselves known, and I'm just hearing right now, they're getting excited. Coming up in 2023, you're gonna see more out there, and they're saying more on the internet, more people are gonna be getting them on camera, are gonna be getting lots of different things on camera. It's gonna be put on film, it's gonna be put out there. Watch for that. They are gonna be making themselves known more and more and more in the physical, because honestly, they're around us a lot of times, but we can't see them. But when you start getting tap into your feelings, that heart energy, that love energy, you can start tapping into them. So tap into them, have fun with them, and they're just saying they're excited to show themselves more coming up in the upcoming year and years. So this next year, they're going to be bumping it up, and they're going to continue to keep doing that because they do want us to know they're there. They want us to know this. And they're also saying this doesn't always mean everybody in from other worlds. I call them star nations. They're also talking about the energies that are here on Earth with us, walking amongst us. So this is all those different energies. This is all those the fairies, the Bigfoots, the nature energies, all the little elves, all those water spirits. They're going to be starting to have themselves pictures. They keep saying pictures of us. And this is so people don't freak out. Because in all honesty, a lot of people look at, oh, it'd be so great to see all these people, all these different beings. But if you actually saw them physically, honestly, a lot of you would probably freak out. So these are ways to kind of get us adjusted to knowing they're there. So when you catch glimpses of them, and they're saying they will be in glimpses at first, so it doesn't frighten us. And that's going to be part of what's coming up. And I have also told them, so this is one thing I've told them, I've seen different realms, and I've also told them that sometimes if they show right in front of me, it's been kind of a little ways away from me, but if they show up right in front of me, that I tell them, give me a minute to adjust, because I'll probably freak out inside a little bit, and then we'll go from there. But I also want you to know this is an equal communication between us. They will be gaining from us as well as us from them. It is a mutual, they're just saying a mutual relationship that will be continuing to evolve, is what they're telling me. So be open to that. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it, and I can't wait to see what else they bring up. So this is going to be an interesting year, a very up and down year. Please be prepared for it. And they keep bringing me back to Randy's thing, ground, 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 ground. And sometimes you may almost, they're just showing me that sometimes when it gets heavy with what you're seeing in the world, because these truths, they're bringing up the truths are coming out, to sometimes take a blanket, go underneath a blanket and just cry about what humanity was, what is going on in humanity. And I'm just doing it as a whole, as humanity, because there are atrocities happening to people in humanity. And this is knowing that those atrocities are being seared, are being seen, and are being cleared. But to know what the suffering was once, it's heart-wrenching at times, so be prepared for that. So all the good stuff coming up, there is good. It is good. The turmoil, the chaos brings relief. So think about I'm sure some of you have had some arguments with people where it got kind of heated and hot, and then you both kind of went away for a little bit, and then either you worked it out or you went your separate ways, one or the other, but you cleared it. That's what's happening. We're bringing it together, and we're going to we're gonna be, we might argue, we might fight. Some might go, oh, here's a way to solve that. Let's work it through. And some might completely go away. And some of the stuff, the tumultuous stuff, is going to be going away. So know that. That's what we're in. And yeah, Taylor said she's excited. It makes me excited to start tapping into my abilities a lot more. Absolutely. This time, and they're just coming in, they're like, ooh, they're like so excited because they're saying this time in history, we are going to be able to tap into the other side easier than we have ever been able to do before. That's one of the cool things, is that our energies, kind of look at it as our energies are starting to mesh together so that we can tap into them and they can tap into us easier than has ever happened before. This is a time in history. We are making history right now, people. This is the coolest thing. We are making history in everything that's happening. And we are starting to bring ourselves together. And this is a time to just enjoy the journey. It is going to be a journey. And they're showing me a river, and like a river going around banks and kind of winding around. And as we go around the river, sometimes we hit those pools and we kind of spin a little bit, but we're always moving. They want you to know that's the other thing they're telling me, we are always moving. We are never stuck. We are never stuck. We are always moving forward. There's always an underlying current moving us forward. And I love that, feeling that huge blanket, because they're sending this huge blanket of love, this huge amount of, they're just sending these from the other side. They're sending these huge virtual hugs to everyone, just saying, you've got to realize what you're stepping into. You're stepping into and creating a beautiful world. And all of you are here to make that history. This is a historic part of history. Oh, and they're bringing something up. Okay, they got stuff going in my head here. They're saying that coming up, fuel, be prepared for fuel issues in all different ways, whether it's high prices or a lack thereof of certain fuels. Some is going to be heating, some is going to be fuel. And they're saying it's across the board, all across the board, different aspects of fuel, and to be cognizant of what you can do to help yourself going forward. So be prepared for that. I didn't expect that to come through, but they're telling me fuel is going to be a very up and down thing. So be prepared for that. Have options. They keep telling me have options available for yourself going forward. So be prepared for the fuel. And they're also saying it's some is like they're just going like very high in pricing. So be prepared for that. But they're also saying when you're prepared, it doesn't matter. You're always going to find the fun and the joy in it and find the calm in it. So be prepared for that. So this is all about us. And that's the whole thing. 2023 is about us. We are making the change, every single one of us. And I am so privileged. I feel so honored to be a part of this. And I'm also so stinking excited to be part of this. We chose to be here at this time in history to create this new world, every one of us. And that's so exciting. So I also wanted to let people know, I'm going to see if they have anything else. They're letting me know, expect the changes. They're also saying changes here. So they're saying here in the US, expect some, they're saying expect, they're saying a shakeup, expect a shakeup in leadership. So we'll see how that shakes out. So they're saying expect a shakeup in leadership, to know that that is coming. So be prepared for that. I also want to let people know I have been interviewing people like crazy and I've been having an amazing time. And for those of you who want to do even more getting ready for 2023, coming up this next week, I am going to be interviewing Carla Fox. I'm going to be going through my notes here because I can't remember all of this. But I am going to be interviewing Carla Fox, and we are going to be talking about the energetic changes and setting your energetic template for 2023. And she has actually created and been involved. She's been doing energy work for years and years, and she is working with a brand new energy that was shown to her back a while, and she has been working with that new energy, and she's going to help us how to tap into that energy and have it move going forward. So that is coming up January 3rd at 5 p.m. Let me get my dates here straight. That is coming up January 4th, January 4th at 5 p.m. Central Time. And it's going to be, like I said, the energetic template and how you want to use it for 2023. And she's saying, bring a paper, bring a pen, and let's set them and let's go for it. And then I'm also going to be working with Drake Eastburn, and that's on January 3rd at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And we are going to be talking about hips and hypnosis and how you can use hypnosis to set your goals and to change things you've been working through your entire life, how hypnosis can help you moving forward. So that's an exciting thing. And for those of you who missed it, I have the replay you can tap into on December 28th. I worked with Dorothy Morgan. She's a world-renowned astrologer from New Hampshire, and we talked about the upcoming 2023 and astrologically what's involved in that. And there is a lot going on. And for those of you, we talked also about usually there's 3 retrogrades in a year. 2023, we have 4 retrogrades that we will be experiencing in 2023. And that's all about, retrograde is all about taking the time to center, to calm, to balance, and to ground, because they're showing the turmoil comes and you got to be ready for it. Like I said, it's going to be ups and downs, and to move yourself through that. So be prepared for that. And then for those of you who haven't tapped in, I've got a lot of other great shows. We're also going to be talking with Kelly Thibault on the 17th, getting my names. Yep. And we're going to be talking, Kelly channels the collective, which is a group of beings of consciousness. Some are not beings, some have never been incarnate, which means not ever had a physical body. And she will be channeling them, and we are going to be talking to her and to them on what our soul purpose is here. So we're going to get from them what their definition of soul purpose and what they feel we should be doing here for our soul purpose. So I am really looking forward to that interview, to really tap into how do they perceive us? How do they perceive our soul purpose? It's going to be a very interesting day. And then also, I've had so many fun ones that I've done. We've talked about quantum healing and quantum physics, and we're going to be talking about animal communication coming up. We're going to be talking, I'm just looking real quick after Carla, then we're going to be talking about dual connection, which is comedians, how you can connect into the same energy. And this is something I'm letting you know right now. That's going to be on January 11th with Anita McMillan and Elizabeth Robidoux, if I pronounce that correctly. Because as we continue to go forward, we are going to start connecting to each other more on a soul level, on a heart level, and with those on the other side. And that connection is something we can all make multiple connections and increase our communication and the knowledge that's available to us. So that's something we're going to be talking with them about, how they are doing their dual connection with connecting to each other and to another soul, and doing a soul that has passed and working on how they're basically making a 3-way connection and bringing messages from all of it. So it's going to be a very interesting show. And then on this let's see, the 18th, I'm going to be talking with Lisa Renning with communicating with animals, because animals are shifting, animals are changing. And I know some of you are familiar with Reiki. Doing Reiki on yourself, you can do Reiki on yourself, which is an energetic healing and energetic balancing. I think balancing, they're telling me, is more of a better word. Being able to balance yourself energetically and being able to do that with your pets and with animals. And I don't care how big an animal is. I don't care if it's a cow or a horse or a pig or an elephant. It doesn't matter. We all benefit, and so do they, with sending Reiki, sending that energetic balancing and grounding to them, because they are also the energy we're going through. This is a band of energy that's vibrating like this. I mean, this is just a general way. If the band is vibrating like this and we've been vibrating like this, now this band is going together and we're hitting it. And sometimes we're going, oh, don't like it. And then we go back and then, oh, we don't like it, and back again. But pretty soon we're going to start vibrating at the same level. The animals are going through this vibration of frequency too. This raising of frequency is happening on an energetic level everywhere, whether they're an animal or a human. So that's why animals will have sometimes, they'll have weird mannerisms, weird things. They might be naughty. They might be, because they're also going through this. So doing Reiki, that energetic Reiki, I think it's good practice. It's also a really good way to start your connection to the other side. People that do yoga, you're connecting to the other side. You're tapping into energies out there. Any of the meditations, you're doing all of that. Anytime you're focusing on you, oh, and they're bringing me to something else. Anytime you're just having fun and just enjoying and laughing and really having a good time, you're tapping into that energy, because laughter is a higher frequency. So you want to tap into the other frequency? Have more fun. Have more laughs. Go find something fun to do. That's simple and easy. It's not hard work. And that's what they're telling me now. It doesn't have to be hard. Instead, make it easy. Have fun. Find something that makes you laugh. Find something where, like, oh, I really love to do this. Or give someone a big hug. Because those on the other side, they tap into the heart. It's feelings. The more you open your feelings, the more it's all available. And that's what is making the world go forward. The love energy. Because love, when you feel love, you're excited, you're on cloud nine, you feel like you're walking on air. When you're laughing, you're having fun. It's all raising your frequency. So the best way to move through 2023, have fun every day. Listen to a really good song that just gets your heart going and you're tapping and singing along. Make it fun, make it easy. That's what we need. And that's something that leads me into the last one. On the 25th of January, I'm going to be interviewing Forrest on releasing anxiety. And he sent me his new book of Fix Your Anxiety workbook. Amazing, easy, simple to understand. Love his book. I've been reading through different aspects of it. And, I would expect, he's a therapist. He's been doing this for 40 years. I would expect from a lot of times it's like, oh, they're going to talk in big words. It's going to be all this technical stuff. He is so down to earth. He has great information on it. And it's all very simple, easy steps for people. So check out his stuff. I'll be having, I'm getting my newsletter out shortly here with all that information in. But check out his information. If you've got anxiety, if you've had things you're looking at working through, it's a great time to look at yourself with compassion and say, I haven't been able to move through it before, but that's okay. I'm ready now. Because all of us have a time when we're ready in here. When we're ready in here, when we're feeling like we can do this, that's the time to go for it. And if you have a little fallback, if you step back a little bit, don't come down on yourself. Instead, look at it and go, you know what? I've already made this amount of progress. And I recognize that I fell back just a little bit, but that's okay. I recognized it right away and I'm back right on track where I need to be. The biggest thing is every time you feel like you step back, they want you to know you have never fallen back. You can never go where you once were. You can never go back there because this is a new day. And you're recognizing each step quicker and faster, moving yourself forward and they're saying at lightning speed. They want everybody here to know all of us are moving at lightning speed right now, moving through things within ourselves, letting things go, releasing. And that's the other thing. I'm going to try to end this at 5. So unless everybody has questions, but I just want to get this through. So I don't want to hang everybody on too long. But they're saying this is about releasing. We are letting go of so many of the beliefs we had about ourselves as our own personal beliefs and beliefs about the world as a whole and people around us. We're releasing those beliefs and they're just showing me like somebody running really quick and just boom, 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 just dropping it off, dropping it off. They want you to know, they want all of us to know. We are letting go of our beliefs so fast right now, and they want us to know that it doesn't matter how old you are or how long those beliefs have been around. We are dropping them off exponentially right now. So I've had people say, well, if it took me, I'll just use an example. If it took me 50 years to get here, it's going to take me 50 years to let go of it. And they're saying, absolutely not. If it took you 50 years to get here, it doesn't matter. That's in the past. You can drop it all off tomorrow if you want. You could drop off a quarter of it tomorrow if you want. You can drop off a half of it, 3/4, whatever you choose. But you're in charge. And that's the thing. As we go forward, everyone's going to realize you are in charge. You are creating the opportunities coming forward, and you are bringing people to you as you go forward. So if you've had a lot of people around you that have been taking advantage of you or you felt kind of put upon, go, you know what? I want to have people that are going to support me going forward. I want to have people I can have fun with. I want to have people around me that are going to be, I'm going to have fun talking to. It's going to be a lot of laughs. There's things we can do. Put those intentions out there. Start drawing those people in. Know that your energy is going to draw those people in. And every time you let go of someone who's been, as you have felt, taken advantage of, letting you know, if you feel like you're taking advantage, you're falling into victimhood. If you have people that you have let take advantage of your energy, if you have played a role in feeling less than, because that's the only way they can take advantage of you, is when you're feeling less than. Oh, and I have one, they're asking, and you're not interrupting, I'm going to finish real quick. You can only feel taken advantage of if you feel less than the other person. So keep that in mind. And if I'm going to be doing any sessions for mediumship coming up, yes, I am actually going to be scheduling those. I'm working on my schedule for next year, and I'm going to be scheduling the mediumship classes. So it will be, and they are done. I have so much fun with them. I do them actually online through Zoom. The cool thing is, this is the reason I like to do it also. Energy is energy, and it doesn't matter where you are in the world. It's all able to tap into because we are multi-dimensional beings. We are divine that taps into everything around us. And as we do it online with Zoom, you discover you can do readings with people anywhere at any time. And that's the coolest thing. That's the thing I absolutely love. And then after the class, you also get the audio recording of the class. So you can go through, I'll take you through, we do different exercises, we do meditations, and you'll be able to go through and listen to those again and bring yourself back into it. And we also do, everybody in the class is going to be doing I don't want to scare anybody, but they will be doing readings for everybody. And we're going to be doing it in such a simple way, an easy way. I am one where it is all about making it flow, making it easy, and making people feel comfortable. So it will be done comfortably, but believe it or not, people are like, how can it be done over Zoom? I've had people in different countries. I've had like 4 different time zones in here all at the same time, all different. I've had different countries, different parts of the US, different parts of the world. Everybody connects. Everybody makes a connection. And once we go through it, you'll see how connected you really are. Because when I do these classes, any of the classes, my team on the other side is also giving me very specific things to help everyone in the class. Every class is different because it's tailored to the people that are within it. And that's something that it's so exciting for me because I've even done it where I've been doing meditations, bringing people in, and they are changing the meditation up on me mid-sentence. And then I listen to it back and I'm like, oh, I didn't even skip a beat. So that was good because they know what's best for the people in the class. And I trust them completely. So it's always so fun. It's always a pleasure for me. So I can't wait. So watch for those that are going to be coming out. There's going to be some other classes, some other things I'm going to be doing. And there's a lot of there's some other things coming up. I'm not quite sure how it's all going to work out yet, but my team will help me how they want to do it. But there's a lot of people that are going to be needing a little extra grounding and a little extra letting them know it's okay. So those are things I'll be doing this year because it is going to be okay. It's good. I've bloodied out. I'm so excited. I'm excited for what's coming up in 2023. I'm excited for beyond that. We are making a change, and it's all of you, every single one of you that's making that change. So exciting. And they want me to tell you real quick, energy right now is a big topic. Down the road, it won't be. Keep that in mind. Down the road, you will see the ability for ways of energy coming in that are not necessarily dependent on the ways we are using now. That is coming. I'm like, how much do I say? They're also saying, be prepared for that. And also, little tidbit, some of it's going to have to deal with magnets. Be prepared for that. There's more. There's a lot more because they're telling me there's a bunch of other areas that are coming in. And they're also saying air, water, all different things that you wouldn't expect are going to be helping with energy. So know that that's coming up. It's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting. We're going to see a lot of advancements coming forward and a lot of shakeup in how government as a whole works, shakeup in schooling, how teaching is done, and teaching in the way of better ways to help students, help kids move forward and stepping into themselves and being supportive of who they are, because children now so different than we are. Their energy is completely different. I know I'm a little bit over. I'll go just a few minutes over, but they are so different energetically. They are so much more tapped in. And for parents to understand, and for if your parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, whatever, kids nowadays, so different from us. They are tapped into that other side. When they're talking about their invisible friends or talking to somebody or seeing something or just being so in tune to the earth and crystals and cards and all the other stuff, they have so much knowledge they haven't forgotten as much as we have in the past. We forgot more when we came in than what they have. They've remembered more of their skills and abilities. And we a lot of times are relearning our skills and abilities. And that's why tapping into the other side helped us remember and relearn those skills and abilities we are carrying within us. And they're going, here, you have everything you need. You have everything you need to move yourself forward, and we're tapping into it. So 2023, super excited. And I can't wait for what it's going to bring for all of you. Stay calm through it. Set your intentions. Find joy. And know, oh, they're saying, okay, they need to be a little quicker on this. They're saying to watch Europe. They're saying to watch Europe and watch the monarchy. Watch that going forward. So watch Europe, watch what's going on in Europe, because there's going to be things in Europe that are going to, they're just showing like dominoes affecting the rest of the world. Keep an eye on the European nations and what's happening over there. So dive in deep. Don't be afraid to look at stuff. The truth is out there if you're willing to calmly look for it. Have fun, enjoy the ride. Be grounded and calm and see the beauty that's around you. And with that, I wish all of you an absolutely beautiful 2023. And thank you, Randi. Thank you, Taylor. And I think there's some other ones that rolled up and now I can't see them. I think Victoria, and now the other one's rolled, so I can't see them. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you greatly. And be ready. 2023 is going to be a wild one and a fun one. And with that, have an absolutely amazing day. And thank you all, and have an absolutely wonderful new year. Bye, everyone. Oh, I got to figure out how to finish it. There we go.